Hi, my name is Nelson Rodriguez. I wanted, I don't know, I woke up today a little peppy, but not like extremely peppy. I have been diagnosed with bipolar because that's what they try to say that causes peppiness at times, or too much, or creativity, or all these things. But the whole point is that I don't know, like, I woke up today, right? And I felt this calling type feel inside of my chest. Like if you I don't know, like a calling type feel is very bizarre because you wake up like if and you're trying to remember something that you can't remember, and you're like going through your day. You're like, what was it? Is it someone's birthday? Is it some appointment coming up so you can't remember? So that's like the best that I can think that a calling type thing is how it will feel if you felt it. Which a calling is the same thing that Vincent Van Gogh had, those feelings. Not just Vincent Van Gogh, but this is the first one that came to my head, but just people. Like, we all have callings every day that we can't hear, or that we can't really decipher what they're trying to say. And that's not our fault. It's just that there's so much junk in the airwaves, all the stuff that pollutes our senses, like to actually see what the big picture is, or to see what we're doing, to hear out another person's plea, or cry, or joy. I don't know, like, I don't know if this is gonna work or if this is gonna help anybody out who needs anything, but I am 32 years old. I grew up kind of rough, not bad rough, but in a weird way. Like, okay, like, one of the weirdest things that's happened to me was I got beat by my family person, like an uncle or an aunt, with a Bart Simpson doll, like one of those big ones. I remember I was like 12 or something. I did something, and they were grabbing his head and hitting me in the back. Which is not the end of the world. It's nothing bad. Like, that's how my culture is, or that's how my family was. So I can't really say my culture because I don't want to throw them on the bus. But that's how I grew up, man. And like, I can't hold that hate towards all of my family for beating me. I can't hold that hate for going through all these things by people that only did that because they were taught those things as well. So I don't really know what I'm trying to prove. I know that sometimes life can get hard, and there's times that our own fears generate these lies inside of us, like you're too fat, or you're too ugly, or nothing fits you, and this and that. And I bring that first because when I was 15, that was actually the first battle that I've ever really had, besides the depression. At 15, one day, I don't know, man, like, I just came home from school. I overate, and I felt so bad, and I just threw up. And like, then I told myself, it felt so great because I emptied everything out, and not just because of the fat or the weight thing, but it just felt great. So I told myself that I wasn't going to do it again, because I had actually just seen an HBO documentary thing of this woman, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do that. But it was like a good drug, because about a week after that, I had just eaten, and I was like, oh, I feel so bad. But then I'm like, you know what, let me do it again. So I did it. The whole thing, I basically was from like 200 pounds, I went down to 110, and that's not good. That, even if it's a lot, that's not good, because the way that your body changes metabolism like so fast without any any conditioning that only hurt my body in the long run. So from 15 to 23, I was I guess victim or some. I had anorexia and bulimia. I kept it very close, like quiet, with the new people that I met, because when they met me thin, they didn't have anything else to say. But most of my old friends, I tried to depart. I try to not get close to them much, because they would ask questions like, "Whoa, dude, you lost too much weight so fast." The whole point is that I listened to a fear, all right, and that fear subconsciously basically said, "Oh, you know what? You should try to look better. You don't look good at all. You're not a beautiful being. You're not special." That we all are, okay? We all are. It's just that at times we have this like dirt from the past, not dirt from us, but this dirt, which is the equivalency to hateful things. So like, you're not gonna do it. You're stupid. Your mom's a this. Your dad's a that. Your dad's a drunk. Your mom's a slut. You're this and that. You're gonna be like this. You're gonna be like that. You're gonna be like, the future does not work for you. So it's kind of hard trying to live past that kind of stuff, because you're kind of like, fuck, man. I was born below 10 degrees, man. I was born like in a mathematical. If you're at least a 3, you're positive 3. But if you're below the 0, shit. So you have, like, they try to teach you, like, life, and all those fake fear voices try to say you're not going to make it. So you might as well do whatever other people do. So the whole point that is, at 23, I stopped doing that. But then, of course, I've also had a problem with like substances, with like alcohol, which the worst case scenario alcohol has done to me. It put me in the hospital once. I broke my right foot. I was in the fire department, trying to get into the fire department, and it broke my right foot. I didn't get fired, thank God, because the cop that came to the scene was like, "I'm going to cut you a deal because you have been drinking. I am going to write down that you didn't stop, and you're going to have to pay the price now because you have to fix your own foot, but I'm not going to give you a DWI." Great. But a year after that, I got in a situation again. Didn't get hurt, but I came to work drunk. So, like I said, I'm not saying that I'm a drunk, because I'm obviously not. I'm drinking Coke and coffee, and you don't have to be a drunk to be drinking at specific times. I really like this song. When I'm trying, the whole focus on this is that shit happens in life, man. Like, I've had bulimia. I've hated myself. I have felt the pain. Oh my God, when your mind is trapped in the prison of food, of eating disorders, it's like the fucking cell is old and dirty, and there's rotten food with stomach acid on the floor, and you're there skinny, you're starving, because what you need isn't food. What you need is something bigger than that, and so it's hard. It's hard, and when you drink alcohol, when you don't know why, when you can't stop, like that's that same hunger, but you don't know what your call is. So I've done that. I've done the bulimia, the substance abuse. I've gotten into cocaine a lot, only 8 months worth, but it was one crazy time. And then to top it off, December 2006. 3 days after Christmas, my brother kills himself, right? And yes, I cry and I feel the pain, because it's good for you. It is good for you not to lie, okay? You have to embrace what has happened. You have to say, I have learned from it. It has not destroyed me. It has made me stronger. I will not go down into that. What's that poem by Bob Dylan or Dylan Thomas, whatever? I will not go down gentle into this night. Right. So yeah. So on Christmas today or tomorrow, or it doesn't matter, man. Like hang in there and do not give up. Hang in there and know that you are not alone, that we are all spread out, that we will probably never meet each other, but that's the point. That is the point here on Earth, is that we are alive thinking that we need to live for just ourselves, but we are supposed to start a movement, that is our call. That is what wakes you up every morning. That is what keeps you at your job for 10 years, because your job keeps you busy while you wait for that call. But the calling is Earth. And now I'm going off into like a side topic, which I'm sorry. But the whole point is that don't give up. Alright? It gets hard. It gets difficult. There are times that you feel like that's it, like it is over. And I haven't shaved on purpose, so don't think that it's because of some kind of trend that I'm trying to develop. No, I just haven't shaved. It gets hard. Like there are times that, how many times have I asked myself, man, how would it be to just die? Like I bet you I wouldn't feel any of this shit, and I wouldn't be haunted anymore. I wouldn't be bothered. It would just be darkness, or it would just be a dream. Because I've tried praying to God. Like I've tried wanting direct results at the moment. So it's either A, God doesn't exist, or B, God is like, hey, you think it was gonna be this easy for your soul to live in a shell like yours? No. You have to work for it, man. Because if it was this easy, this world would have been destroyed a long time ago. So, alright, well, I've been talking for 12 minutes and probably been ramblings and all that stuff, but just please be safe. Please pay attention to what is around you. If you have depression, medication does work, but what really works is talking about it. You have to go to therapy once, twice a week, and I know that you can talk to friends and that's all great, but you have to put yourself in an uncomfortable place in a way so that you can get comfortable in that place to just talk about your things, because that's basically like that only proves that you are doing harder to try to get comfortable. And I'm not going to judge on the substance thing, because hell, I still drink, but nothing compared to like before. I have taken addiction classes on my own, not without like the court's help or anything like that. And I have learned a lot on what substances do to people, what addictions create. And in my opinion, we live life without knowing what our calling is. And that is why we sometimes do things that don't make sense to us. So, have a happy Christmas, happy New Year, and I will be here on Tumblr if you ever need advice. I'm not like the most intelligent, insightful guy in the world, but I do know what love is. So.